Hey there everyone, welcome back to another Game Vault video. As always, I'm glad to be with you with the Game Vault. We're going to talk about Rocksteady today. Let's cue it to music and we'll get right to it. It's been a while since we talked about Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, but it seems like after the abysmal failure of that game, Rocksteady is rumored to be working on a new Batman game. So, ex-user Nick claims that Rocksteady is working on a new Batman game. He wrote, "Not sure which studio people's dream is, but I hear Rocksteady are back making it. I also think Sony are trying to money hat it, LOL." So, that would be kind of cool there. Nick, okay. In response to another user casting doubt on it being a new game, he replied, "Not sure why you doubt it, but I heard a new game." So Sultan here is saying Arkham Origins Remaster or Arkham Trilogy PS5 version because I doubt it's a new game. You know, Rocksteady would be smart, maybe even to just remaster the oldest of the games and get it out there again. Have a small team work on that and maybe begin development on a new Batman game. Kind of get rid of the whole abysmal Justice League garbage that was out there, that Suicide Squad garbage, I mean. And the, what was the other one? The Gotham Knights, just disregard all that crap and go back to great Batman games. Because those are some of the best Batman games ever. People love them. Love them. Single player games, they're gritty, they're dark, they look fantastic. Fun combat, lots of classic bad guys in it. No BS, no Mrs. Freeze and all this other crap, Just straight up good Batman fun. This rumor comes in the wake of Rocksteady's most recent release, Suicide Squad Kill Justice League, becoming a financial disaster. The chief financial officer of Warner Brothers, Gunnar Weidenfels, revealed the company took a $200 million impairment charge on it. According to Investopedia, an impairment charge is an accounting term used to describe a reduction or total loss of the recoverable value of an asset. Kind of like what happened to Concord recently, which I imagine is a $400 million impairment charge. Anyway, Weidenfeld said during the company's first quarter earning results webcast, starting with studios, the $400 million in year-over-year decline of Q1 was primarily due to a very tough competition we faced in games against the success of Hogwarts Legacy last year in the first quarter, in conjunction with the disappointing Suicide Squad release this past quarter, which we impaired, leading to a $200 million impact during the first quarter. Now, I've heard rumors of a upgraded version, a director's cut or something like that of Hogwarts Legacy coming out. That might be something they're working on. There's been rumors of DLC from day one. I doubt we're going to see any significant DLC to it. Definitely a sequel, though. The game was successful enough to warrant a sequel. And if Warner Brothers does come up with a sequel, I would possibly get it. I got the first one basically out of spite. I'll admit that, because so many people, the right people, were crying about this game. J.K. Rowling this and J.K. Rowling that, and if you buy this, you support the genocide of trans people. So I bought it. Not because, I support the genocide of trans people, because obviously that's not going on, but just because if you're going to be that dramatic and bitchy about something, I'm going to push back against you, because I really don't care about your opinion. I think it's kind of funny, actually. So, if you're going to boycott it, I'm going to negate your boycott with my own purchase there. That's just the way it is. So anyway, I'm hoping if they do a second one, because even though the game was so anti-trans and right-wing garbage because of J.K. Rowling being involved in it, it was a very liberal game, very DEI-focused game with all kinds of characters in it that were just from all over the place. And it felt weird being a game that takes place in the 1800s in Scotland, You have people from Africa and India and all over the world, teachers the same way and all that, where you would think it would be more of a homogenized group, especially when you look at the actual movies. I never read the books, I'll be honest. I was too old for those books, but I watched the movies. They were entertaining. And, and while there was diversity within the cast to some degree, it was very heavily leaning in the direction of, the British Isles, basically. There wasn't a lot of people from all over the world in it. And so it feels weird to go further back in time and to have a much more diverse cast where you would think everything would be even more isolated back then and there'd be less diversity in it. But anyway, and then there's Sir... Oh, what was his name? Serona? Yeah. the tranny bartender. Anyway, hopefully if they do a sequel to it, it's a lot less woke. But in any case, not only did Warner Brothers Discovery take a $200 million impairment charge in the game, but Tom Phillips at Eurogamer reported the company laid off over half of its quality assurance department, reducing it from 33 to 15 at the beginning of this month. The report also claims that the layoffs affect those outside of quality assurance as well, and have affected individuals across the board, from junior staff to individuals who have been with the company over 5 years. A number of employees allegedly told the outlet that product quality will now suffer as a result of the layoffs. Well, it looks like product quality already suffered before the layoffs. I don't know how much worse it can get. Yeah, and here's Sweet Baby Inc. The credits for them there, as you got these pieces of shit involved with this game, and this was the kiss of death here. You know, people like Kim Belair and David Bedard and, you know, where is he? Chris Kindred, that piece of shit. You know, all these awful people that hopefully will be gone from this industry sooner than later. And when I mean gone, I mean permanently gone, like unhireable. Like their name shows up on somebody's desk and they just go, ugh, 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 and then crumble up the paper and throw it in the garbage. That's what I want for these people. They do not belong in this industry. They're nothing more than tourists, and they're ruining gaming. Anyway, these layoffs lend credence to a rumor from Vera Dark that Warner Brothers Discovery might shut down Rocksteady. She said in June that they're internally talking about closing Rocksteady or halving their 250 employees after the Suicide Squad bomb. She's heavily covered Warner Brothers games and Suicide Squad since release because of what it represented for Warner Brothers games and a beloved franchise. When it was greenlit, we were seeing a giant scramble for studios to create live service games, and this one released too late, plus the content did not resonate with players. Yeah, this was like Concord, but with the DC flair to it, you know, although it came out before Concord, and it was way more successful than Concord, but I believe it also had a price tag to it. This was a $70 game, I think, and I think there was even a higher priced version of it, like a digital deluxe version or something for like $90 or $100, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that was the case. In any case, live service games, I say, should just be free at this point. If you're going to try to put this stuff out onto the market and gain an audience, make it free. Yeah, it's going to take a while to recoup your investment in the game, right? But you'll have a chance of recovering it. Because I think if you throw these live service games out there and then you're going to charge microtransactions in them for whether it be season passes, new chapters, cosmetics, whatever, you know, if you've already charged for the game and then you're charging more on top of it for that kind of stuff, you have a higher potential failure rate than you would if you just gave the game for free. Because if I play a free game, you know, if I find a free game and I enjoy it, I'm like, oh, this game's great, this is a lot of fun, I'm liking this, and da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what? I want to support this team that made this game. I'm going to buy something. I'm going to buy some, you know, Gotham Bucks or whatever, so that I can get a new skin for my character, or, you know, some weapon skins or something like that. You know, just some cool stuff, whatever. And you could be compelled to do that once in a while, and it will, you know, it's like throwing a tip to somebody. You know, hey, thanks, man. Thanks for the great service. I appreciate this game. And it's a great way for everybody to, you know, for the game to make some money and for players to be able to spend what they want to and what they can afford to in the game. Now, you will have whales that will buy everything. You know, these people do exist. But, you know, for the most part, players are just going to, you know, oh, here and there, they're going to throw a few bucks. You know, then you get other players, you know, sometimes people get a little addictive with it. The thing I like least about these games, and I'm breaking down into that, is if you are playing a live service game and you're funneling money into it month after month, right? Even if there's not a subscription, it's just maybe a battle pass every 4 to 6 weeks, and then a new batch of skins and some, you know, some other odds and ends. You know, this is money you just keep funneling into a game that you've been playing. And if you're enjoying the game, well, it's your money, it's your time, and it's your game. You do whatever the hell you want with it. I'm not here to preach otherwise, man. You know, we all work hard and we all deserve to spend our money and our time the way we want to, enjoying the things that make us happy. So don't get me wrong on that. But I just feel like it's bad overall for the industry because it will lock people into being stuck with a single game, right? Where you can say, well, hey, over the last year, I spent $100 on this game. It's a free game, but I spent $100 on it. I bought, 3 season passes, and I bought some skins and all that. And it's not an unfeasible thing to do. If you look at Diablo 4 alone, they had $28 skins in there. Ouch! That's a lot of money for a skin. Anyway, but so here's, so I spent $100 on it this last year. That $100 could have been spent on whole new experiences, 2 new games, that are, 2 brand new AA titles at release you could have got there, or 1 AAA game at release, and a couple extra bucks maybe for a season pass or something for that game. A bunch of cool old games on sale you could have got. For $100 you could have got 10 backlog games, that are 4 years old, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, whatever. And just picked up some of these classics and stuff like that you just never got around to playing, but you always wanted to. But no, you're feeding it into a live service game, and that's one thing I don't like about him. But anyway, she further noted Rocksteady Studios co-founders and studio heads also departed the company back in 2022. It's a shell of the company it used to be. And we saw this happen recently with Embracer and Volition, a company that had 30 years of experience under their belt. And it sounds as though Warner Bros. Is planning to pull the plug on Rocksteady 2. They have no other games publicly announced, and there does not seem to be any confidence in them anymore. Even back in 2016, Batman Arkham VR game that was developed by Rocksteady, and the new Batman Arkham Shadow VR game is being done by Camouflage. Only time will tell. Doesn't seem like the future is very bright for Rocksteady, she concluded. But a couple days ago, after Dark's initial rumor surfaced, Jason Schreier at Bloomberg reported that Rocksteady was planning to pitch a new single-player game which would return Rocksteady to its roots. A new Batman game would seemingly be going back to Rocksteady's roots. What do you make of this rumor? I mean, it's great if it is. From my understanding, and I didn't play Gotham Knights and I didn't play this, they killed off Batman in Gotham Knights. And Gotham Knights kind of took place in the same universe as these Batman games, right? Or am I wrong? I might be mixing things up here. I don't know, but in any case, returning to their roots and going back and doing another Batman game would be a smart move. Remastering one would not be a bad idea either. Even if they did the trilogy for like the PS5 upgrade, that could breathe a little life into the studio. It'd be a lot cheaper to do that than it would be to develop a whole new IP, and it could be something that would start generating a little income before you go into creating this new game, this new Batman game or whatever. It would also bring new players on board, guys that have never played it before, experiencing it for the first time, going, oh, wow, this is really cool. I like this. Wow, what? There's going to be another one in 3 years? Sweet, and getting on board for that. So, this could be a good thing for Rocksteady, and it might save this company. Otherwise, I don't, it wouldn't be shocking to see them gone if they don't try something new and try something different and try to, maybe get back to what made them great. And just to do that again, just give us another great game. And people will come. People will spend the money. I understand that the studio is no longer what it was. The people that worked on those Arkham games, who knows how many are still there after all this time. There might only be a handful left. There may not. But if the vision's there and the framework for these games already exists in a way, the basis of it, and you bring in people who are passionate about the games and gaming in general, then, you could build something new, nice and awesome, and maybe restore Rocksteady to a place in the gaming community of respect, which would be nice. We've seen too many failures, too many studios fall and get closed down and all that. I generally cheer it on right now. I used to not do that, but the more of the garbage I see being put out, the more I cheer it on, because these people don't deserve to be working. If you're going to give me games like Concord and this Dragon Age, Veilguard, I don't know how people are carrying water for this game. It's one of the shittiest looking games I've ever seen. The characters are... Every time I see these characters, they just look worse and worse and worse. And, League of Legends looks better. Somebody was telling me in my comments section, League of Legends characters look better. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't know. Anyway, don't forget to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this rumor. Are you looking? Would you buy a Rocksteady Batman game if they went back to their roots and did something cool like that and added a new game to the series, or if they did like a overhaul, a remaster, or a remake of some of the older ones? Would you be interested in that and seeing how it holds up on the new tech that's coming out in a couple months? I mean, I'd be interested in seeing it, most definitely. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Ring that bell for notifications. As always, I'm Captain Beefy with the Game Vault. Thanks for listening and watching today. I'll see you next time. Until then, peace.